Today's first video for you is firstly we have some updates for you. In the previous video we reported about the religious attention in Gondar where clashes erupted between Muslims and non-Muslim community members, Christian community members, and around 12 Muslims were killed there reportedly. Now we have some updates for you. Amhara regional government, National Movement of Amhara's, Ethiopian Islamic Affairs Supreme Council, all have spoken. What are they saying? Is situation under control? What's the latest there? And is government telling us what happened there? Is government telling us about the number of casualties? Who is behind this attack? Secondly, we are starting to see the aftermath, the repercussions of what happened in Gondar a few hours ago. A big demonstration was held in Addis Ababa a few hours ago. And lastly, Getachew, the Tigray presidential spokesperson, spoke a few hours ago. His message is a reminder, a message for international community. What is he saying? Firstly, a few hours ago, I reported about unrest in Gondar city of the Amhara region. A prominent Muslim cleric died, and during his funeral ceremony, clashes erupted between the Muslim and Christian communities, and around more than 10 Muslims were killed. Several mosques were set on fire. Houses of Muslim community were burnt and looted too. Now we have some official statements for you. Is the situation under control? Amhara regional government has released a statement about what happened in Gondar. Amhara government firstly says that this clash started with just exchange of hot words between two persons. One was a Muslim and the other was a Christian. They just exchanged hot words. Muslim person wanted to collect some rocks from a church to use for burial of Muslim cleric. But Christian follower refused. He stopped the Muslim from collecting the rock from a church. There was exchange of hot words, and from here started this confrontation, this escalation, which has led to such an unfortunate situation. Now, Amhara government is not clarifying how many have been killed, how many have been injured, who is behind this attack, which groups, individuals fueled this conflict. No mention of these things in the statement. Amhara government says that in coming, that after some time it will brief about the details. So far, no details. But the government says the situation is under control. Now, no one is in danger in Gondar. With the help of religious figures, religious scholars, with the help of local youth, security forces have managed to control the situation. Government is confirming that some persons have been killed, properties looted and burnt, but no details so far. But the good thing is that at least situation is under control. The government says security forces are patrolling the streets and there is no one in danger in Gondar now. National Movement of Amharas also spoke, Nama. Nama is urging the people of Gondar that they should not be part of this conflict, and that Nama is watching all the developments very closely. Then Ethiopian Islamic Affairs Supreme Council spoke. The body is saying that Muslims were attacked, they were killed. Mosques were raped, the wording used by this body, and their properties, Muslims' properties, they were looted. So Islamic Affairs Supreme Council is confirming the killings, the lootings, and that the mosques were set on fire. Overall, situation is now under control. Reportedly, some arrests have been made, but government forces are not making these arrests public. So in coming hours, maybe we could see government spokespersons, government forces speak about the arrests. And secondly, the government's position is that it's not a planned conflict. It just happened suddenly. Two persons clashed and then things escalated. Then some other persons and groups were involved. That might have been the case. Conflicts start always from small altercations, small quarrels, then they turn into large escalations. The government is not confirming the number of casualties, but again, what we have learned from the ground is that more than 10, around 12 persons from Muslim community side have been killed and several are injured. In coming videos, we'll update you more about that. Again, people are saying, Sajid, you're not naming Fano. How can I name Fano without any evidence? I won't name anyone. I will name persons and groups if I have credible information. It's a very sensitive topic. We don't want to just create panic by spreading rumors, by sharing false information with you. What we are confirming is that there was escalation, Muslims were targeted, casualties are being reported, mosques are set on fire, Muslim houses looted, but we are not sure about the planning. Was there any group behind these attacks, or just things happened out of the blue suddenly? Secondly, now we are starting to see the repercussions, the aftermath of what happened in Gondar. A big protest was held in Addis Ababa a few hours ago in Bethel city, Addis Ababa. Muslims took to the streets. You can see a picture on your screen. The picture is from Addis Ababa. Reportedly, it was a big demonstration from Muslim community in Addis Ababa. In coming hours, we could see some major demonstrations in Addis Ababa, in Oromia, and other parts of Ethiopia. Government is trying to engage Muslim clerics, Muslim scholars, Muslim leaders, that they should not take to the streets. But reportedly, in coming hours, we could see some major demonstrations in Addis Ababa and in Oromia. Secondly, viewers, Geta Chaureda, Tigray presidential spokesperson, just a few hours ago spoke about the withdrawal of Tigray forces from afar. His message is a reminder. He says, take note that there are almost no Tigray forces in afar, but blockade is still there. So he is sending a message to international community that Tigray forces are out of afar, but still siege has not been lifted. Electricity has not been restored. Telecommunication services, banking services have not been restored. Blockade is still there. Yes, that is what is situation on the ground, that Tigray is still under siege. No improvement in delivery of basic services. Some aid is starting to arrive in Tigray, but even the speed of this delivery is very slow. On daily basis, 100 trucks needed. but we see that after a few days, 40, 50, 70 trucks enter Tigray. So even aid is insufficient, and that is what Getachew is saying, that Tigray forces out of afar, still no signs of any improvement. I think the government will take some action. In coming days, we could see some measures, and some basic services could be restored. We are seeing calls from the US government, US aid, US State Department have been calling for restoration of basic services. And we know that Ethiopian finance team has been in the US meeting top officials of financial institutions like World Bank, IMF. Meetings were held between Ethiopian Finance Minister and Ahmed Shide, Finance Minister of Ethiopia, and USAID Chief Samantha Power. Then Bill Gates Foundation's head Melinda Gates and Ahmed Shide also met. So Ethiopian government officials are in the US because they need some financial assistance, loans, grants, and US says that the government should do more, Ethiopian government, that it should restore electricity, telecommunication and banking in Tigray. So in coming days, we could see improvement. We could see some decisions by the government to restore the services. Let's see. Getachew is reminding the international community that Tigray is keeping its promise. It is withdrawing, but so far no reciprocatory action from Ethiopian government. Thank you for watching.